Rahway is reinventing itself, and the arts are playing a central role. 20 years ago, this post-industrial Jersey town, just 12 miles from Manhattan, was in serious decline.
It's well known that artists are usually the advance guard. They're the pioneers of economic development.
Frank Lloyd Wright once said, if you want to build a community, you build a theater first, and the rest will follow.
10 years ago, you wouldn't believe that you could do something like this in a town. You would walk away and say, I give up, and move outside of the town. So this town, like Red Bank, like the small towns in LBI, are revitalized by having active arts communities here. It's not just a business, it's not just arts, it's a community and quality of life issue. Come here at night when there's a performance and it's alive.
About 20 years ago or so, 22, 23 years ago, the city and the mayor developed a plan for the economic revitalization of the town, which involved getting New Jersey Transit to build a new train station here as part of their Transit Village program in New Jersey to encourage commuters to take trains. And that spurred developers to believe that the downtown of Rahway could sustain a couple thousand units of upscale housing.
Jim Kennedy was Rahway's mayor for 20 years. He's been a driving force in the city's redevelopment effort.
The three things that made it obvious to me that utilizing cultural arts as an economic stimulus would work were the train station, because of the ability to become mobile, which then brought us the housing component, which is the density of people living in and around a train station, and thirdly, the need to keep those people and find an amenity other than retail that would be a reason for them to stay.
Rahway has been an industrial center through much of its history.
At one point, the major industries were a Merkin company, which is still here. Matter of fact, has grown in the last 10 years here. It's a big part of the city's. They made a $2 billion investment into the city back about 15 years ago. We had rezoned Merck as the first research and development zone in New Jersey. Quinn and Bowden and Wheatina was a bookbinding and a cereal company, gone. Purelator, gone. Just like so much of the industry that had survived in the 50s and the 60s in many parts of the country needed to sharpen their pencil and find different ways to have profit margins.
The history of the Regina Company is, in many ways, emblematic of Rahway's transformation. In the early 20th century, the company manufactured mechanical musical instruments. It was Rahway's first large-scale artistic endeavor. When that business folded, the company started manufacturing vacuum cleaners. And when the vacuum cleaner business left town, Regina's old factory was left empty. Today, it's been converted into upscale housing.
The very first cultural arts building in Rahway was the Regina Music Box factory right behind us here.
In the city of Rose.
We're in the Union County Performing Arts Center. It was a vaudeville house that opened in 1929. At the time, it was the first $1 million theater built in the United States.
Streets lined with red brick and
in the 1970s, however, the building fell into serious disrepair. A group of local citizens formed a nonprofit and have completely restored the theater to its original elegance.
We've had Kenny Rogers, we've had comedic icon Howie Mandel, and one of the biggest performances here ever was Esperanza Spalding. We had her 2 weeks after she won the Grammy Award for Best New Artist, beating Justin Bieber, and it set the attendance record here at the Union County Performing Arts Center.
City of roses, city of roses, city of roses, city of roses.
The PAC here is the anchor of the community. It brings people to a community at times when the town would otherwise be dark, but it brings families. So this is the first experience our children have in the arts community, and the value that it gives to our family and quality of life is immeasurable.
So sweet walk that means follow me, and voila, you can be fancy.
In addition to the large 1929 theater, Rahway has just built a new state-of-the-art theater they call Hamilton Stage. Jim Brochu opened Hamilton Stage last year with his Ovation Award-winning show, 0 Hour, a one-man show about Zero Mostel.
I played many theaters in my short career of 42 years on the stage, and this is one of the best theaters I've ever played. It's friendly to the audiences, it's friendly to the actors. It's just a great space to see a show.
I said to my girlfriend the other day, I said, why don't you ever tell me when you're enjoying sex? She said, you're never there.
American Theater Group is the principal tenant here at Hamilton Stage, producing 3 full main stage productions.
When you think that, 10,000 years ago, we were communities. We sat around fires and we had nothing to do but survive. And one of the ways we survived is at night we told stories. And I think that any community that is looking to revitalize has got to start someplace. A theater is a perfect hub for that.
American Theater Group is going to be reaching out into the community, in addition to doing first-class professional productions here, which Joe's already spoken about. We're going to be doing readings of new works. We want to find the new, exciting young artists.
Oh, tell me now, I was just
The American Theater Group's next show, opening April 24th, 2013, is a new musical called Himself and Nora. It stars Broadway's Matt Bogart of Jersey Boys fame.
The musical is about James Joyce and his wife, Nora. She was his inspiration, not only his love, but his inspiration to his writing.
I know you see me.
When you open a theater in a neighborhood, it's not just the administrators and the actors and the ushers that get employed. It's the parking lot attendants next door and the dry cleaners and the restaurants and the hotels. It is a very leveraging and powerful economic force.
The visual arts are also a key part of Rahway's growth.
This is Arts Guild New Jersey, a nonprofit art center in the downtown arts district of the city of Rahway. In the years since we opened in 1999, we've been running an ongoing series of art exhibits, art classes for adults and children during the winter, spring, and fall, a summer workshop program for children.
Historically, the problem with art-centric development has been that the artists themselves, which bring the original vibe into the community, and it's what makes it a cool place to want to live, are forced out because the housing becomes too expensive. We're encouraging artists to live here and not forcing them out.
Rahway is partnering with the Actors Fund, a national organization that provides social services for entertainment professionals, to build affordable housing for artists. And the National Endowment for the Arts is supporting Rahway with a grant from its Our Town program.
And it really is about the intersection of the arts and the real world, art in the public square, if you like. We felt if the NEA was going to have any relevance, it had to connect to people's real lives, to real communities and neighborhoods. And we have a program at the NEA now called Our Town, and a grant is being given in that program to Rahway, and those are highly competitive, hundreds of applications, and we only make a few of them. And it's about using the arts and artists to rejuvenate communities and neighborhoods.
We've had students that have gotten involved in theater companies we've been in, with that have been failing. And they get involved in the theater in their local high schools, and now they're getting solid B's, solid A-minuses.
Arts is in the DNA here, and I think Rahway gets that. In order for this to work, you not only have to have an arts tradition, you have to have an engagement by the private sector, and you have to have the elected officials, the political structure that is on it, that gets that. And this is the kind of place where the arts are going to have a big effect.